ABC Illawarra and breathing and pressure. If you've ever had to speak in public, maybe being up on stage, music performance or a play, school play perhaps, when you've got those eyes staring back at you, you're under the lights, it can be a daunting time. Can you imagine breathing yourself through that pressure, breathing yourself through that anxiety? David McLeod is working to try and help people breathe through that pressure. In association with the Wollongong Conservatorium for a Breathe Easy workshop. David McLeod's with us. Hello there. I imagine the Prodigy's not regular on your Breathing Easy jukebox.
No, but it's a great look. It's a great track to wind people right up, and then we can wind them right down.
Yes. Well, this is from the 90s. It was 1990, I guess, when this started for you. In fact, right at the start of the 90s, you're on stage at Theatre Royal. You're playing the role of the American in chess. And then what happened?
Long story short, I broke my leg centre stage, both the bones, and it was extremely bad break. They said I wouldn't walk properly again, but I do, all that kind of stuff. And when I recovered and entered back into show business, for the first time I had really acute anxiety, and basically it fascinated me why that should be at a pretty good point in my career. And my interest in that grew, and it basically involved learning a whole bunch of stuff through the next couple of decades about breathing that I got more and more and more interested in. And then, which is why I formed my company, Big Breath Productions, and why I visit fabulous places like the Wollongong Conservatorium of Music and try and help musicians and non-musicians alike the benefits of better breathing, because there is a right way and a wrong way to breathe, believe it or not.
Well, that's interesting. Can I just ask you about the anxiety when you got back on stage? You've obviously analysed that anxiety. You were interested in that anxiety. Was it an anxiety, like you weren't worried you were going to break your legs again, I take it, but like, what were you, was that anxiety just because something bad had happened to you and you were taking yourself back to that place?
Very interesting question. I think it was a combination of a whole bunch of things. I think that was a co-factor. But certainly my autonomic nervous system was completely out of whack. And until I understood how to put it back into a decent, how it should be, that also played a co-factor as well.
Wow. All right, so everyone, deep breaths, big breaths. When you think of a big breath or a deep breath, I'm like, the first thing I would do is like open my mouth up wide and go, but maybe using my mouth is not the right thing to do, David.
No, very naughty. It's often how I start workshops, and I say, everybody take a big breath. And unfortunately, most of, 2/3 of a crowd, the shoulders will raise, they'll be breathing through their mouths. It's not how we were designed to breathe. It's not how we were hardwired to breathe. And so in these workshops, I help people as a certified Buteyko Breathing retrainer, recalibrate the respiratory system. Or in this workshop at Wollongong Con, which will be like it's not a Buteyko course, but it'll be an overview with some great hands-on tools to help diminish anxiety, why mouth breathing is really bad, teach people about that. We'll teach people that carbon dioxide is not just a poisonous waste gas, Lindsay, and a whole bunch of other stuff. Mouth breathing is really bad.
I know people who take that to an interesting extreme where they make themselves not breathe through their mouths at night using a tape over their mouth.
Yes, this is a bit of a contentious issue, becoming more and more mainstream. So we'll be covering that as well. Certainly not with little kiddies.
Well, oh gosh, no. Yeah, that's a good point to even mention on the radio before we get to the program. Look, this is the breathing and meditation. There are lots of different cultures that to do this, and vipassana breathing and meditation. So tell me about that and how that kind of helped you.
Yes, well, that was an enormous help. That was a catalyst actually for me to that's that pushed me along the path of going and studying other forms of breathing as well. So the Vipassana breathing is one of those. Yes, I did one of those 13-day retreats where you don't look at anybody in the eye, you don't speak to anybody, you're not allowed to read or write, a whole bunch of other stuff. You have 2 very small meals a day. Don't tell anybody, but I cheated at night and sometimes went into the bathroom and just with a torch and read the labels on my clothes. It was absolutely incredible. I would highly recommend that to anybody. Very, very hard thing to do, but the Buddhist community is wonderful, and that's where those workshops happen, those retreats happen, and I couldn't recommend it highly enough. They're very hard.
Well, look, if you want to go somewhere a little bit closer, then this Sunday, this Sunday, the Breathe Easy workshop is coming to the Wollongong Conservatorium, where you will give people a version of this, let them know how to, as you say here, overcome performance anxiety without becoming an alcoholic or drug addict, which is what you wanted to do. But is there an essence? I mean, I don't think it's the addiction's not the same. But do you find yourself being, a little bit in this world? You are way down this, not addicted to this particular type of breathing, but it is something that you are very, very fond of, and a bit of a, it's become your salvation.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's a habit like anything else. But the main point, I guess, to make is that we were all hardwired to breathe a certain way. So, for example, if you look at a little baby on a bunny rug, a fresh little baby, unless there's some unfortunate underlying medical condition, you're not going to see the neck move. When they're breathing, you're not going to see any of the upper shoulders moving. You're not going to see them breathing through their mouth. You're going to see the diaphragm going up and down in a big way. And in very simple terms, mind you, I'll be unpacking a lot of science behind all of this in the workshop at Wollongong Conservatorium. But we're hardwired to breathe that way. If I'm just using layman's terms in simple language, but what happens mainly in affluent Western countries is, for a whole bunch of reasons that include diet, stress, a whole bunch of things, we become upper chest breathers. And that's really, really not good. People, dancers, musicians, or anybody breathing like that with the upper chest are breathing far too quickly. During sleep, usually have their mouths open. As I said, breathing through the mouth is not good at all. Craniofacial development, jaw development in children, sleep apnea, snoring. Whoa, I could go on and on.
You can. Hey, can I ask, and I know because you were also a musician, as you were on stage, but you were on stage in many different ways.
Yes.
Has it improved your singing? Have you become a better singer because of breathing correctly? I hear this from metal singers. They learn how to breathe. Suddenly they can hit higher notes. You have.
Yeah. Yes, it has helped. It has helped me as a vocalist. I mean, I don't sing 24/7 anymore. Yes, I used to, but in my tutoring, of course, vocal coaching, everything as well. Yes, and still writing and recording, it has improved that function immensely. But this workshop at Wollongong Con is not just for singers and musicians. And it's fantastic, Lindsay. I'm so impressed with the con. They're really pulling their weight and supporting their community that has a whole bunch of people studying for HSC, as well as uni, as well as retirees transitioning to life post-work, and really supporting the wider Illawarra community. So they've opened the workshop up to the public, which is just wonderful, I think.
Yeah, that is a really nice point. I mean, it is a vested interest for them. There's a lot of people who play woodwind instruments and stuff, so they need well and good breathers, but I understand it's very good. Look, if you want more information, so Wollongong Conservatorium, where else can people find information, David?
They can go to humanitics.com and just type in the relevant information. It's really simple. Or they could contact the con, or if push came to shove, they could go to my website, bigbreathproductions.com, and just go to the services and tuition page. And I've got all the links to Wollongong Con and Humanitics there.
Yeah.
We kick off early in the morning, 9:30. It's a half-day workshop. And as I said, it really is for everybody.
Excellent. Well, look, we'll all breathe a little easier today. David McLeod, thanks for chatting to us. Good on you, mate. Cheers.
Thank you, Lindsay. Bye.